Okay, so today's lesson is 2.1, points, lines and angles. Now we're starting on geometry. Geometry is all about shapes and angles. So the main basic things that make up angles, triangles and other shapes and objects are the point, line and plane. So it's important this lesson that you just learn a lot of definitions and understand and be able to identify them. And you obviously will know some of these from other years, but we'll also be learning about things that you probably have not heard about before. So you can even look around your room and or if you're in the classroom at the moment listening to this, have a look around, see if you can identify some where that there are straight lines, there's angles and planes. So geometry is very relevant to our life, and so we're going to learn about all of that right now. So you need to write these down. So a point is just labelled with a capital letter, so obviously a point is what you know of as a point, and we label those with capital letters, and obviously starting with the letter A. The line is something that extends indefinitely in both directions, and it's usually labelled AB or BA. So this line here is labelled AB. You can read it from left to right or from right to left. And it's important to understand that it extends indefinitely in both directions because there is a thing called a line segment, and so you need to not be confused with those two. A plane is a flat surface and it also extends indefinitely. Alright, so it extends indefinitely in each direction. Alrighty. There's other things that we need to understand, is that there are points that lie on a single line and they're called collinear. So that's collinear. So we've got 3 points here. So there's point A, point B and point C. So they're collinear, so they all lie on a single line. That's what that's called. Now if two lines meet, an intersection point is formed. So that's here where the two lines are meeting. You can tell it's a line because it has the arrows on the end. So it means that it extends in every direction. Alright, so if more than two lines meet at the same point, it's called concurrent. Okay, so here we've got more than two lines that meet, and that's concurrent. Alrighty, now don't forget to understand the difference between intersection point, concurrent, and collinear. Now, as I was talking about before, a line segment is different to a line in that it is part of a line. It has a fixed length and it has an end, whereas a line does not. So the difference with this is that, see, it doesn't have the arrows on the end there. So no arrows here. It actually finishes. So sometimes a line segment will actually will look like this. Oh, I need to do it a bit closer, don't I? Okay, so that's a line segment, a part of a line. Now, this is the most important thing you remember in geometry, a ray. Yep, I know, I'm hilarious. Alright, so a ray is a part of a line and it has one end point and the other end extends indefinitely. So you can see here that we've got an end point. This is the end point, doesn't have an arrow, and this one it extends to the right indefinitely. Alright, so rays are actually very important because they make up the arms of an angle. So they, you see them all the time, you just maybe didn't realise. The intersection point of an angle is called the vertex. Okay, so we're going to look at the vertex on the next slide. I just want to talk to you a bit about labelling these line segments. And so if you have a line segment, you might label it AB as well. So when you're asked what that line segment will be called, it's obviously called AB. Now, as I said, the vertex is the middle point of the angle, so it's here. That's the vertex. And you can see that this angle is made up of two rays. So you've got a ray here and a ray here, remembering that the rays extend indefinitely in one direction, and then they obviously finish here at the vertex. So an angle is named using 3 points with the vertex as the middle point. So we could label this A, B, and C. So this would be called angle ABC. Now please note it can also be called angle CBA, but it cannot be called angle BCA or something like that. No, okay, you have to always have the vertex as the middle point when you are writing the name of the angle. Alright, now, how do we identify which angle is being measured? So you would hopefully know this already. The angle that's being measured is identified by that sort of a line there. Okay, so that means that the angle being measured is this acute angle here, the acute angle, ABC. Now, if we put it somewhere else, it would be if we put the, I'm going to rub more out. Let's rub this out as well. Okay, so if we wrote it like, did it like that, then that would mean it would be the reflex angle that we are measuring. So we would be measuring this angle here, this part of the angle here. Alright, so I'm sure you would remember that from previous years. Now, hopefully that you can identify and understand those geometrical terms, because I'll be talking to you about that in class and we'll be having a bit of a quiz about that. So make sure you understand that.